Ladies and gentlemen, as we step into 2025, we are not just entering another year, we are stepping into a new era of possibilities. This is a time when clarity, resilience, and vision will define those who rise above the noise. Clarity is the foundation of all meaningful action. When we have a clear vision of what we want to achieve, our decisions become more intentional, our energy is directed efficiently, and our efforts align with a greater purpose. Without clarity, we drift. We become reactive instead of proactive, responding to circumstances rather than shaping them. A clear vision acts as a compass, guiding us through distractions, uncertainties, and challenges with confidence. It gives us a reason to persist when obstacles arise and ensures that our daily actions contribute to a larger goal. When we lack clarity, we waste time on tasks that do not serve our long-term objectives. We may feel busy but not productive. We move, but we do not progress. Clarity eliminates this confusion by providing a filter through which we evaluate every decision. It allows us to distinguish between what is essential and what is merely urgent. Many people confuse motion with progress because they do not have a clear vision of where they are headed. They chase opportunities without considering whether they align with their ultimate goals. Without clarity, distractions become more attractive and priorities become harder to define. Having a clear vision does not mean having all the answers. It means knowing the direction in which we are heading. The details of how we get there may change, but the destination remains constant. Clarity empowers us to adapt without losing sight of our purpose. It enables us to stay focused on what truly matters even when circumstances shift. This is why leaders, innovators, and high achievers prioritize clarity before taking action. They understand that when the vision is strong, the steps become clear. Without a defined goal, every obstacle seems like a reason to quit. But when we have clarity, challenges become problems to solve, not reasons to stop. Clarity also strengthens our decision-making. Every choice we make either moves us closer to our vision or takes us further away. When we are unclear about our goals, we hesitate, overthink, and second-guess ourselves. But when we have clarity, decisions become simpler. We evaluate every option based on whether it aligns with our vision. This reduces stress, increases efficiency, and ensures that our time and energy are invested wisely. A clear sense of direction minimizes wasted effort and allows us to make bold decisions with confidence. In the absence of clarity, motivation fades. When we do not know why we are doing something, discipline becomes difficult to maintain. We procrastinate, lose enthusiasm, and struggle to stay consistent. Clarity fuels motivation because it connects our actions to a meaningful purpose. When we know the why behind our efforts, we find the strength to keep going even when progress seems slow. Clarity transforms effort into momentum. It gives us the ability to push through setbacks and remain committed to our vision, even in the face of adversity. When clarity drives action, progress is inevitable. We stop reacting and start creating. Every step forward is intentional, and every decision is aligned with a greater purpose. Clarity is not just a tool, it is the force that turns ideas into reality. Purpose is the driving force behind all meaningful success. While setting goals is important, goals alone are not enough to sustain long-term achievement. A goal is simply a target, a milestone along the way, but purpose is the fuel that keeps us moving forward even when the path gets difficult. It provides depth to our ambitions and transforms ordinary effort into something meaningful. Without a strong why, goals become empty checkboxes, easily abandoned at the first sign of adversity. But when we are driven by purpose, obstacles become challenges to overcome rather than reasons to quit. Resilience is not built through motivation alone. It is built through purpose. Motivation comes and goes. It fluctuates with emotions, circumstances, and external validation. But purpose is unwavering. It gives us something bigger than ourselves to commit to, something that remains constant even when we feel tired, discouraged, or uncertain. When people operate with a deep sense of purpose, they are less likely to give up because their reason for pursuing success is stronger than the discomfort of struggle. They are able to endure setbacks, learn from failures, and push through moments of doubt because they are connected to something meaningful. Purpose also creates consistency. Many people struggle with maintaining discipline because they rely on willpower alone. Willpower can be powerful in the short term, but it is unreliable in the long run. When fatigue sets in or distractions arise, willpower fades. However, when our actions are tied to a clear purpose, consistency becomes second nature. We no longer need to force ourselves to stay committed because our work is driven by something we truly care about. It becomes a part of who we are rather than just something we do. Goals without purpose often lead to burnout. People can set ambitious goals, work relentlessly to achieve them, and still feel empty when they succeed. This happens when goals are not connected to a meaningful why. When success is defined only by external achievements, money, status, recognition, it can feel unfulfilling. But when our goals are rooted in purpose, success is not just about reaching a destination, it is about the impact we create along the way. Purpose-driven success is sustainable because it provides fulfillment beyond external rewards. Purpose also strengthens decision-making. When we are clear about why we do something, it becomes easier to prioritize what truly matters. Every opportunity, challenge, and choice can be evaluated based on whether it aligns with our deeper purpose. This reduces indecision, minimizes distractions, and allows us to focus our time and energy on what will create meaningful progress. Instead of chasing short-term wins, we build something lasting. When success is driven by purpose, it becomes inevitable. It is not dependent on luck, circumstances, or fleeting motivation. Purpose fuels resilience, empowers consistency, and transforms effort into impact. It ensures that every step forward is meaningful and every challenge faced is worth overcoming. Discomfort is an inevitable part of growth, yet many people spend their lives avoiding it. They seek comfort, predictability, and ease, believing that these conditions will lead to success. But true transformation happens in moments of discomfort. Every challenge we face, every setback we endure, and every difficult decision we make is an opportunity for growth. Discomfort is not a sign of failure. It is a signal that we are stepping beyond our current limits, pushing ourselves towards something greater. Those who embrace discomfort rather than avoid it are the ones who grow, evolve, and achieve lasting success. Growth requires stepping outside of what is familiar. When we stay in our comfort zones, we may feel safe, but we also remain stagnant. Progress demands that we take risks, face uncertainty, and challenge ourselves in ways that force us to adapt. It is in these moments of struggle that we develop new skills, strengthen our resilience, and unlock potential we did not even know we had. The most successful people in any field are not those who never experience discomfort. They are the ones who embrace it, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to become better. Discomfort often comes disguised as fear. When we face something new or difficult, our instinct is to retreat to safety. We hesitate, procrastinate, or look for easier alternatives. But if we want to grow, we must recognize that fear is not a stop sign, it is an invitation. It is a signal that we are stepping into unknown territory, where growth happens. When we lean into fear instead of running from it, we build confidence and develop the ability to handle bigger challenges in the future. Every time we push through discomfort, we expand our capacity for success. Many people avoid discomfort because they associate it with pain or failure. But discomfort is not the enemy, it is a necessary part of the process. Think about how muscles grow. When we lift weights, we create micro tears in the muscle fibers. It is through this process of breaking down and rebuilding that muscles become stronger. The same principle applies to personal and professional growth. Challenges break us down in ways that feel uncomfortable, but they also prepare us for greater achievements. Without discomfort, there is no development. Without struggle, there is no progress. Embracing discomfort also cultivates resilience. Life is unpredictable and challenges will always arise. If we train ourselves to lean into discomfort rather than avoid it, we become more adaptable. We stop seeing difficulties as barriers and start seeing them as stepping stones. This shift in mindset allows us to approach problems with confidence rather than fear. Instead of feeling defeated when things go wrong, we see setbacks as part of the journey. The ability to embrace discomfort is what separates those who stagnate from those who thrive. The path to success is not found in comfort. It is found in the moments when we push beyond what we think we can handle, take on challenges that stretch us, and embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. For too long, success has been measured by competition, by who is the fastest, the strongest, the most dominant. People are taught to compare themselves to others, to chase achievements that set them apart, and to focus on being better than those around them. But true and lasting success does not come from simply outperforming others. It comes from contribution. It comes from the value we create, the impact we make, and the difference we bring to the lives of others. When we shift our mindset from competition to contribution, we unlock a more meaningful and sustainable path to success. Competition is often driven by scarcity, the belief that there is only so much success available and that we must fight for our share. This mindset creates stress, anxiety, and a constant need to prove ourselves. It makes us focus on beating others rather than improving ourselves. But success is not a limited resource. There is no finish line where only one person can win. The greatest achievements in history have not come from those who sought only to compete, but from those who contributed something valuable to the world. When we focus on contribution, everything changes. Instead of asking, how can I win? We ask, how can I help? Instead of measuring success by comparison, we measure it by impact. This shift in perspective allows us to create solutions, build relationships, and develop ideas that serve a greater purpose. Contribution leads to innovation because it forces us to think beyond ourselves. It moves us from a mindset of taking to a mindset of giving. And when we give, we build trust, respect, and influence, things that competition alone can never provide. Contribution also leads to long-term success. Many people achieve short-term victories through competition, but those victories often fade. Businesses that focus only on beating competitors may find temporary success, but businesses that focus on serving customers build loyalty and longevity. Leaders who seek to overpower others may gain authority, but leaders who seek success is not built on intensity alone. It is built on consistency. Many people believe that achieving their goals requires massive effort, dramatic changes, or intense bursts of hard work. While intensity can create quick results, it is rarely sustainable. The real key to long-term success is not how hard we push in a single moment, but how consistently we show up day after day. Small, repeated actions practiced over time create momentum, habits, and mastery that cannot be achieved through occasional bursts of effort. Consistency is what separates those who succeed from those who start strong but fade away. Anyone can put in effort for a short period, whether it's working long hours for a few weeks, following a strict diet for a month, or reading a book in a day. But what truly matters is what we do repeatedly, not what we do once in a while. Success is not about how intensely we work when we feel motivated. It is about what we commit to even when motivation fades. The most successful people in any field understand that small daily actions compound over time, leading to results that are far greater than any single act of intensity. Consistency builds habits, and habits shape our identity. When we repeatedly take small steps toward our goals, we start to see ourselves differently. A person who exercises for hours once a month does not see themselves as an athlete, but a person who exercises for 30 minutes every day develops the mindset of a fit and healthy individual. Similarly, someone who saves a little money each week builds the habit of financial discipline, while someone who tries to make a lot of money quickly through risky decisions often struggles to maintain long-term wealth. It is the small, consistent choices we make every day that define who we become. One of the biggest challenges people face is the misconception that results should come quickly. When they do not see immediate success, they become frustrated and give up, but progress is often invisible in the beginning. Just like a seed planted in the soil takes time to grow before breaking through the surface, success requires patience. The effects of consistency are not always obvious at first, but over time, they build a foundation so strong that no momentary setback can shake it. Another reason consistency is so powerful is that it reduces the reliance on motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes based on how we feel. Some days we feel inspired and other days we don't. If we rely on motivation alone, we will struggle to stay committed to our goals. But when we develop consistency, we no longer depend on motivation to take action. We do what needs to be done regardless of how we feel because it has become part of our routine. This discipline is what leads to real, lasting success. The secret to achieving anything great is not found in a single extraordinary effort, but in the small, ordinary actions repeated consistently over time. Adaptability is the key to survival and success in an ever-changing world. No matter how intelligent, talented, or hardworking someone is, if they are unable to adjust to new circumstances, they will struggle to thrive. The most successful individuals, businesses, and organizations are not necessarily the strongest or the fastest. They are the most adaptable. They understand that change is inevitable, and rather than resisting it, they embrace it. A rigid mindset limits opportunities, but a flexible mindset allows for continuous growth, learning, and resilience in the face of uncertainty. One of the biggest dangers of a rigid mindset is the illusion of security. People who resist change often do so because they believe that what has worked in the past will always work in the future. However, history has repeatedly shown that industries, economies, and societies evolve, and those who fail to adapt are left behind. The world does not reward those who cling to outdated methods. It rewards those who can shift their thinking, adjust their strategies, and find new ways to create value. Being adaptable does not mean abandoning principles or goals. It means being open to different paths to achieve them. Adaptability is not just about responding to external change, it is also about personal growth. People who embrace adaptability see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. When faced with a setback, a rigid thinker might see failure, while an adaptable thinker sees a lesson. This mindset shift is critical for long-term success because it fosters resilience. Instead of being paralyzed by unexpected difficulties, adaptable individuals learn, adjust, and move forward stronger than before. They understand that failure is not a permanent state, but a momentary event that provides valuable insights. Another key aspect of adaptability is the ability to let go of comfort. Many people resist change because it takes them out of their familiar routines and forces them to deal with uncertainty. However, comfort is often the enemy of progress. The most successful people are those who are willing to challenge their own beliefs, experiment with new approaches, and take calculated risks. They do not see change as a threat, but as a chance to evolve. They remain curious, open-minded, and willing to unlearn what no longer serves them. Adaptability also strengthens leadership and influence. In today's fast-paced world, leaders cannot afford to be stuck in one way of thinking. They must be able to navigate complexity, anticipate trends, and adjust their strategies when necessary. Employees, teams, and organizations look to leaders who can provide clarity in uncertain times. A leader who is adaptable inspires confidence, encourages innovation, and creates a culture where people feel empowered to contribute new ideas. The ability to adapt is not a skill reserved for a select few. It is something that can be developed through intentional effort. It requires a mindset shift from fearing change to embracing it, from resisting challenges to seeing them as growth opportunities. Those who cultivate adaptability do not just survive uncertainty, they use it as a stepping stone to greater success. Success is often measured by financial gain, market dominance, and competitive advantage. While profits are important for sustaining any business or career, they should never come at the expense of people. True, long-term success is built on relationships, trust, and the ability to add value to others. Prioritizing people over profits does not mean ignoring financial goals. It means understanding that sustainable success comes from creating meaningful connections, fostering loyalty, and building a foundation of trust that money alone cannot buy. Relationships are the backbone of every thriving business and community. Whether in leadership, entrepreneurship, or personal development, the most successful individuals and organizations understand that people are their greatest assets. Customers are not just numbers on a financial statement. They are individuals with needs, desires, and expectations. Employees are not just workers fulfilling a job description, they are people with ambitions, emotions, and talents that, when nurtured, can contribute to a company's success in ways that go beyond their job roles. When people feel valued, they engage more deeply, remain loyal, and become advocates for the brand, company, or individual they believe in. Focusing solely on profits often leads to short-term thinking. Many businesses chase immediate financial gains at the cost of long-term sustainability. They cut corners, prioritize cost-cutting over employee well-being, and push aggressive sales tactics that erode trust. This approach might increase revenue temporarily, but it rarely builds a lasting legacy. On the other hand, companies and leaders who invest in people through mentorship, fair treatment, genuine engagement, and ethical practices, create an environment where innovation, collaboration, and long-term growth flourish. Building strong relationships also opens doors to opportunities that money alone never can. A company that values its employees creates a culture where people are willing to go the extra mile, not because they are forced to, but because they genuinely care about the mission. A leader who prioritizes relationships over short-term profits gains the trust and respect of their team, which leads to greater influence, loyalty, and impact. In business, partnerships, referrals, and opportunities often arise from authentic relationships rather than purely transactional exchanges. People do business with those they trust, not just those who offer the lowest price or the highest return. In every industry, there are countless examples of businesses that have thrived not because they chased profits, but because they focused on creating value for their customers and employees. The most respected brands in the world are those that prioritize ethics, social responsibility, and genuine customer service. They understand that while financial success is important, it is a byproduct of the trust and goodwill they have cultivated over time. Even on an individual level, relationships matter more than financial gain. The richest life is not the one filled with the most money, but the one filled with meaningful connections. Prioritizing people over profits means understanding that wealth is not just measured in dollars, but in the impact we have on others. When people feel valued, supported, and understood, they are far more likely to contribute to a shared vision, creating success that extends far beyond financial statements. Long-term thinking is the foundation of lasting success. In a world that prioritizes quick wins, instant gratification, and immediate results, it is easy to get caught up in chasing short-term gains. However, those who truly leave an impact are not the ones who focus only on what they can achieve today, but those who think about how their actions will shape the future. A legacy mindset does not settle for temporary victories. It seeks to build something that stands the test of time. Short-term thinking often leads to decisions based on convenience rather than sustainability. People choose the quickest route to success, even if it means cutting corners, compromising values, or sacrificing relationships. Businesses focus on quarterly profits rather than long-term brand reputation. Individuals prioritize instant rewards over meaningful progress. While these choices may provide immediate satisfaction, they rarely lead to lasting success. What seems like a win today can become a loss tomorrow if it is not built on a strong foundation. Long-term thinkers, on the other hand, understand that real success requires patience, consistency, and a vision that goes beyond temporary achievements. They are willing to invest in growth even when the results are not immediately visible. They prioritize learning, knowing that skills developed over time will serve them better than shortcuts. They build relationships based on trust and integrity, recognizing that true influence is not gained overnight, but earned through consistent actions. While short-term thinkers celebrate quick victories, long-term thinkers focus on building something that will continue to thrive even in their absence. One of the greatest advantages of long-term thinking is resilience. When people chase short-term success, they are easily discouraged by setbacks. If an immediate goal is not met, they feel like they have failed. But those with a long-term mindset see obstacles differently. They understand that challenges are part of the journey and that every failure is an opportunity to learn and improve. Instead of being defeated by temporary struggles, they use them as stepping stones toward a greater vision. This resilience allows them to keep moving forward, even when success is not instant. Long-term thinkers also make decisions with greater wisdom. They do not just ask, what is best for me right now, but instead, what is best for the future? This perspective leads to choices that create sustainable growth. Businesses that think long-term invest in employee development, customer loyalty, and ethical practices rather than just maximizing short-term profits. Leaders who think long-term focus on mentorship, legacy, and impact rather than personal. Individuals who think long-term prioritize habits that create lasting success rather than quick fixes that fade over time. A legacy mindset does not mean ignoring short-term goals. It means ensuring that those goals align with a bigger vision. It requires patience, discipline, and the ability to look beyond immediate gratification. The people and organizations that leave the greatest impact are not those who focused only on today, but those who built something that continues to create value for years to come. Optimism is one of the most powerful leadership tools. It is not just about positive thinking or blind hope. It is about having a perspective that sees possibilities even in challenges. A leader who embraces optimism creates an environment where people feel inspired to take action, push boundaries, and innovate. While pessimism focuses on limitations, optimism unlocks potential. It provides the energy needed to keep moving forward even in uncertain times, and it attracts people who believe in the power of progress. Optimism fuels action because it shifts focus from problems to solutions. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but the way we respond to them determines our success. A pessimistic mindset sees obstacles as reasons to stop, while an optimistic mindset sees them as opportunities to learn and grow. Leaders who operate with optimism do not ignore difficulties. They acknowledge them while believing that progress is possible. This belief inspires action, encourages problem solving, and keeps momentum alive. When people see a leader who refuses to be defeated by setbacks, they are more likely to push through their own struggles and take meaningful steps forward. Innovation thrives in environments where optimism is the foundation. New ideas require risk, and risk is uncomfortable. Without optimism, people hesitate to experiment because they fear failure. However, when leaders cultivate an optimistic culture, they create a space where taking risks is encouraged. Mistakes are seen as part of the learning process, and creativity is celebrated. The greatest innovations in history did not come from those who doubted their ability to succeed. They came from those who believed that solutions were possible even when others doubted them. Optimism gives people permission to explore, to challenge existing norms, and to create breakthroughs that would not have been possible in a fear-driven environment. Optimism also attracts the right people. No one wants to follow a leader who constantly focuses on what is wrong, who predicts failure at every turn, or who spreads fear instead of hope. People are naturally drawn to those who inspire them, who help them see a brighter future, and who empower them to contribute to something meaningful. Leaders who exude optimism create a sense of purpose that energizes teams, strengthens loyalty, and fosters collaboration. In business, optimistic leaders attract customers, employees, and partners who believe in their vision. In personal relationships, optimism builds trust, deepens connections, and creates a supportive environment where people feel valued. A hopeful perspective does not mean ignoring reality or pretending that challenges do not exist. It means choosing to believe that solutions can be found, progress can be made, and success is possible. The world is full of uncertainty, and fear can be paralyzing, but optimism is a force that moves people forward. Even when the path is unclear, it inspires action, fuels innovation, and attracts those who share the belief that the future can be better than the present. Leaders who embrace optimism create lasting impact by giving people the confidence and courage to pursue something greater. The mindset we choose shapes the life we create. In a world filled with challenges, uncertainty, and rapid change, success is not determined by luck or talent alone. It is built on the foundation of clarity, purpose, resilience, and adaptability. Those who embrace discomfort as growth, shift from competition to contribution, and prioritize consistency over intensity, position themselves for lasting success. The individuals who cultivate adaptability, think long-term, and lead with optimism create impact far beyond their immediate results. True success is not just about short-term victories, but about building a legacy. It is not about outshining others, but about adding value to the world. The greatest leaders, innovators, and change makers understand that sustainable success is rooted in relationships, trust, and a mindset that sees opportunity even in the face of adversity. When we commit to these principles, not just occasionally, but every day, we create a future where progress, fulfillment, and impact are inevitable. The 2025 mindset is not just about achieving goals, it is about transforming how we approach success. It is about leading with clarity, acting with purpose, embracing growth, and inspiring those around us. Those who adopt this mindset will not only succeed in their own lives, but will empower others to rise with them. The future belongs to those who choose to think differently, act boldly, and commit to something greater than themselves.